Welcome to San Diego, and today we're going to go over cheap things to do in San Diego. Hey guys, so today I'm in Mission Bay in San Diego, and we're just gonna go over some cheap things that you can do here. Now, what exactly is cheap? Like, what's the key amount for cheap? So I'm kind of basing this around streaming networks like Netflix. So right now, I believe I'm paying $12.99 a month for Netflix, for a Netflix account. And I know the majority of people have Netflix or some other type of streaming service. So the cheap things that I've kind of come up with for this video are going to be around that amount. So if you can afford Netflix, then you can afford these things. So the number one cheap thing to do in San Diego is go to the gym. So not surprisingly, San Diego has really cheap gym memberships. I mean, it's California. Everybody's pretty much fit out here, you guys. So it's not that difficult to get a gym membership for a low price. The cheapest gym membership that I actually found clocks in at $9.95 a month. Hello, beach season is all year round. Number two on the list would be swimming pools. There are beaches, of course, in San Diego. They're all free, and I did list those on my free things to do in San Diego video, which I'll link at some point in this video. But swimming pools, indoor swimming pools, can also be an alternative, especially if it's a little bit too cold or the water temperature is a little bit too cold to actually go to the beach. And a lot of indoor swimming pools, depending on the location, whether or not you have a resident pass, some of them can be very cheap. I found a lot for under $10, with adults coming in at around $6 per person, actually between $4 to $6 per person, and children even less than that. So definitely indoor swimming pools. Number three is going to be karaoke bars, or karaoke just as entertainment altogether. So I think I've mentioned it a couple of times already on this video on my channel that I do enjoy karaoke, even though I'm not the best singer. But there are a lot of karaoke bars in the San Diego that are actually San Diego area that are actually free. And the reason I put it on the cheap things to do list as opposed to free things to do list is because when you go to a karaoke bar, you're most likely going to grab a drink, whether you drink alcohol or you don't drink alcohol. You're most likely going to buy something, appetizer or drink special or something along those lines. So that could easily clock in at less than $12. Since we're talking about bars, number four would be live music venues. There are also a lot of live music that you can check out in the San Diego area at a local bar that would be also free. And then again, I would recommend like paying for a drink or paying for an appetizer while you're there. So that would definitely be number four. And number five is going to be beach bonfires. It's actually something that I have yet to do, but I'm going to link some footage here. There are a lot of open places at many of the San Diego beaches where you can go and set up a beach bonfire. Of course, it's something that you could potentially do for free. It's on my free list as well, especially if you join someone else's beach bonfire. Maybe you don't have to bring your own supplies, but if you're starting the fire on your own, I factored that in. So you're probably looking at kindling or firewood, which I estimated about $7. Like if you go on Home Depot or to your local grocery store, you're probably only going to need a small amount of wood to set that up. So you're looking at $7 for that, maybe $1 for a lighter, and about $4 for the lighter fluid. So that can be very handy. And I'm actually very excited to do a beach bonfire. So that's going to be definitely on my to-do list. Now I have a few bonus food things that you can do for cheap in San Diego as well. I'm going to add those in at the end. But next I want to talk about like a cheap vacation. So this isn't, of course, around the price of a Netflix account, but you could easily go to Tijuana, Mexico for cheap, very cheap. I went to Tijuana, Mexico not long ago with some co-workers, and I ended up exchanging only about $30 US, and I ended up spending the night eating a great meal, drinking a lot. Drink responsibly, guys, but drinking quite a bit, and you know, it's $30 for basically a vacation. So if you factor in going to Tijuana for maybe a day or two, hotels are not going to be as expensive as the US. If you're just doing a day trip, that's going to be even less for you, and you don't have to exchange much because the exchange rate for pesos. So you know, just going to Tijuana, if you really want to do a getaway but you don't have a lot of money, Tijuana, Mexico is very, very close to San Diego. We're talking about probably 20 minutes depending on where you're leaving from in San Diego, or if you're in San Diego County, it might be a little bit further, but it's definitely a trip worth taking, and I definitely recommend it, especially if you speak Spanish. Okay guys, so now let's talk food. One of my favorite things to talk about. So cheap things to do. I have 3 things on the list that would be very, very affordable if you're in San Diego, pretty much at any point. But number 1 is going to be Taco Tuesday deals. Now, you're not really going to find too many expensive taco places in San Diego anyway, but on Tuesdays, everywhere in San Diego has some type of Taco Tuesday deal. I mean, everything is discounted. So you're probably looking at each taco being less than $2 a piece, and you're usually gonna find a place that serves really, really large tacos, and they might even be double wrapped, so it's gonna fill you up tremendously. They're authentic tacos, they're very delicious, so I definitely recommend, if you're craving tacos, go on a Tuesday and save some money. Another staple that I love since I moved to an all year round warm climate is ice cream and frozen yogurt. I am always going to someone's ice cream spot or frozen yogurt place and getting something if I want that sweet treat, and that's definitely something you can do very inexpensively. Now this one's kind of a cop out because most places you go don't charge a fortune for ice cream or frozen yogurt anyway, but definitely if you want to spend less than $10 for frozen yogurt or ice cream, it's something you can do literally all year round. I just had frozen yogurt last week and it's January. My third recommendation and final recommendation for food is going to be a place called Ho Dad's. Now Ho Dad's is a like an American burger restaurant in San Diego. It's extremely popular here. San Diego actually has 2 locations and I've been to both. The original is in Ocean Beach and the other location is downtown. They're both great. If you don't want to be around large crowds, I would recommend going to the one downtown because it tends to be less crowded. But if you are in the mood to take a lot of pictures and you really want to get the tourist experience, then I would recommend the one in Ocean Beach. The burgers there are very, very delicious. You can get almost anything on the menu for under, I want to say $12, unless you're getting like a double burger, double bacon type of thing with fries. But for the most part, you're looking at basically under $15 for a meal. It is very filling, it's very delicious, and it is definitely a San Diego staple. So that's it, guys. I just wanted to kind of go over that briefly. The sun is setting behind me, so I'm gonna just kind of wrap this up. But I appreciate you guys watching, and of course, see you next time.